Hey, it's Bry. Got an email from a guy named Dennis who's been a mobile DJ, had his own little mobile DJ company for a couple of years. He does a lot of weddings, and he's having a problem. What's happening is he's got a very diverse group of people, like you do at a wedding. He's trying to make the older set of people there happy early in the evening, and then as the evening progresses on, what's happening is he's doing more contemporary music. But by the time this is all happening, he's lost a lot of the younger people. They've gone and moved on to a bar or a club or gone home or something just because they were bored listening to the old people music for so long. What do you do? Yeah. Dennis, it's tough. It depends on the party. Every party is a little different. It depends on what the age group is. Sometimes you walk into a wedding and you've got what it's rude, I know. I call the Q-tips. I look around, everyone's got white hair, and it's like, oh boy, what am I going to do for these people? Sometimes you walk in, you've got a couple older folks, and then you've got, you know, a lot of young people. And so well, okay, we'll make them happy early on, then we can jump into the contemporary stuff and go with it. Uh, it depends. But here, let me share something with you that I did. And this was a long time ago I did this. When I got my first CD burner, it was before the millennium, I believe. Pardon me. I was finding that I kept doing the same first hour, exactly the same, at every wedding I did. And the reason I did it was because it worked. My philosophy at the time was sometimes you have crowds that aren't party crowds. It's happened to all of us. You go to a wedding and you play your heart out and you try to do everything right. Nobody dances. It's just not a dancing crowd. And you live with it. Well, my philosophy is hit them over the head with a baseball bat the first hour. Hit them hard, be interactive, and after that, above and beyond that, whatever they do, they do. It's up to them. This is my little CD I made, and I'll show you. And this is the sleeve here for it. It's called Brian's Brainless Wedding CD. Now, I made a couple copies of this way back when. I know we're probably talking close to 10 years ago. And sent it to some friends when copied CDs were a real novelty. Collected stuff that everybody already had. Put it on one disc, gave it a funny name, and I even have directions for it here. And as funny as this is, and as pessimistic as I am in the directions, basically what I did, and again, this is 10 years ago, what I've done is I've given everybody a little something in the first hour, excluded no one for 10 years ago. And here are the directions. First, play whatever stupid first dance of the night song they have selected. Then invite everyone on the dance floor and play track 1. Next, announce that it's polka time. Go ahead and get the 50s and 60s big band shit out of the way in one shot by playing Swing the Mood. Now, get some different people on the dance floor with track 4. Use some filler if necessary, and then do the mixer. Use track 5, Peter Gunn theme, as a song they circle with. This is Peter Gunn theme right here. Play tracks 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 using the Peter Gunn theme in between. Don't play the whole song, that would be awful, just 20 seconds of it. And if you want to play 10, play it all the way through. Either do 11 next or 12 and 13, not both. They are multiple choice tracks. Track 14 is where you get all the really old people off your back. So here's track 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14 when you get all the really old people off your back. Do some filler now if necessary. For the bridal party dance, play whatever god-awful song they have selected. Then use 15 for your bouquet. 16 for your garter removal. And 17 for your garter toss. Play a slow song for your choosing, for the two idiots who have caught these items. See? Brainless. Now, as pessimistic and silly as these directions are on here, and again, I was just having some fun with some other DJs when I wrote this and made these discs. You know, what I really did there was I gave everybody a little something in the first hour. And then after that, I mixed it up. Now, and I change it, from time to time I do it a little differently, but it's still pretty much very similar to what I just played here and how I said that I play it. Now, my goal used to be that I would take care of the older people first and then deal with the younger people last. I switched it up a little bit. I would try to put in contemporary songs that everybody could kind of deal with, okay? We're not talking about Chris Brown here. We're talking about Pink, Get the Party Started, and things like that. Wild Thing by Tone Loc. It's middle of the road stuff, okay? The young people are kind of like, hey, it's cheese, I'll enjoy it. The older people are kind of like, well, this is a newer song, but, it's got kind of a nice beat. You kind of give them a little something, And what I found was by mixing it up, going back and forth between the middle of the road contemporary tracks, or contemporary meaning the last 20 years, and the oldies, by going back and forth with that, with slow sets, including oldies and nice new slow songs, that at 11:30, when I usually had gotten rid of all the old people, they're coming up to me and they're saying, hey, play some more 50s and 60s. So, it worked for me. You might want to try it yourself. And again, this is all regional. This works for Milwaukee well, because they like polkas. And, when you're doing a wedding, it's kind of like taking 200 random people off the street, giving them dinner, and saying, hey, now I'm going to entertain you with some music, go dance. It's not an easy thing to do. But Dennis, it sounds like that you're doing a good job. Just try maybe bringing in some of that middle of the road stuff early in the evening so you don't completely lose them. You can pull it off. You'll bring out your 20-somethings, 30-somethings with, anything 80s or 90s. They'll come out and they should enjoy it. And again, it's going to be regional for wherever you are. I think you're in Canada, but I'm not sure. Anyhow, little video for you. Practice and enjoy.